I'm always behind the lens. As a publicist, it's my job to put my clients in front of the camera, and so this is definitely out of the norm for me. To be scootering out in Brooklyn with Fortune magazine is flipping the script for me, for sure. Hello, welcome to my Greenpoint Brooklyn apartment. My name is Sonia Hendrix. I'm 37 years old. I live in Brooklyn, New York, and I spend about $5,200 a month on rent. I own a PR firm called Gallery PR. I founded it in 2017. It's a gallery of talent that's curated for the media. We do fashion, we do culinary arts, we do motorsports, we do cannabis, technology. I make over $200K a year. I've been doing publicity since I was about 23 years old. I was raised in Franklin, North Carolina. I moved to Asheville, North Carolina when I graduated high school. I decided to take myself to New York when I was living in St. Louis, Missouri. And at this point, I'd graduated from UNC Chapel Hill. I got my degree in journalism and mass comm. I specialize in public relations. I understood the business of fashion before I got to New York City and started doing New York fashion PR. I'd love to first show you the primary bedroom. I'm still decorating, but I love cool blue tones. I love the water. I love using the color white. It's just clean, it's minimalist. I brought my king size bed here. It fits perfectly in the room. My view is just incredible. It overlooks the baseball field, the water, and then at night, the skyline is just unbeatable. When I was younger in New York and dating, I never wanted to share what I was dealing with, which was chronic ulcerative colitis. I've lived with this disease for a very long time, about 16 years. And when you live with that illness that long, it starts to impact your other organs. There's nothing I can do about it. It wasn't my fault. It's a gene. You either have the gene or not. It's either triggered or not. And I was hit head on by a Tacoma truck one afternoon in Asheville while I was driving to a barbecue. And it changed my life forever. And a year later, I was literally dying. And I was rushed to the hospital, and I woke up about 2 weeks later in the hospital still. I had lost all this weight. My mouth was covered with blisters. And I got out almost a month later, and I spent a year trying to recover from it. But you don't really ever recover from a chronic illness. It stays with you forever. I have to think about what it might mean to die at a young age when you go through that many ordeals. One thing that I experienced time and again in my life and career was getting very sick and not being able to be sick if I wanted to keep my job or if I wanted to stay competitive. I didn't want anything that was happening to me health-wise to get in the way of succeeding. So I just pretty much did my best to bury it and just to hide it. I want to live a long life, so I do everything that I can to be as healthy as possible, and that includes having a happy home. I commissioned a custom closet. I just have too many clothes. I'm at a point in my life where I really require a good closet, and so I got this one. My other closet is a work in progress. It's much smaller, and I need a dresser, but I wasn't finding one that worked, so I bought these on Amazon for $30 a pop. And this is where I keep some of my linens. This is where I have my shoes right now. In 2021, I wound up shipping everything to North Carolina, and I rented this beautiful little cottage in Asheville. While I was down there, my broker in New York called me. He's like, Sonia, I've got the perfect apartment for you. And he sends me a video, and it was exactly what I wanted. It was a true one bedroom, had a full living room, it had 2 bathrooms, it had a washer and a dryer, and it had a kitchen. And then there was a stunning panoramic view of Manhattan. So I took it sight unseen, which was very normal for that time. But I trusted my broker, I knew I was in good hands, and it was perfect. I snapped it up off the market immediately, and I spent 2 years living there. There were surprises when I got there. I didn't think to ask, let me see what the lobby looks like, show me the hallways. I was really disgusted with the lobby. For what I was paying, I felt like the lobby was very unkept and smelled bad. The walls were yellow, and the lining on the top was kind of falling off, and the floors were disgusting. So the moment where I was like, I gotta go, was when I almost fell off my couch looking at the lease renewal. That it was insane to me, because if you want this money from me, I want to be treated right. I knew that I needed to, jump out into the market and figure out a plan. Okay, so now I'll take you over to the bathroom, which I'm still decorating. I want to do like a forest green kind of vibe in there because the cabinets are black and there's some beautiful yellow light, but I love the big glass mirrors and the lighting. It's soft yellow lighting. I'm kind of psycho about organizing stuff, so I picked up these tiny little clear bins on Amazon. And then this is where I keep a lot of the hair products that I use daily. Thankfully, this building has a giant hot tub, so I don't have to do all my soaking in my own hot tub. Finding a new apartment was not hard at all. I knew what I wanted. I'd been spending time in Greenpoint. I loved the neighborhood. It was very chill, it was calm. It was like the perfect respite from the city and the day-to-day. I have a really stressful job and a stressful life, and so to have a getaway felt right. I basically opened up my Zillow rental app and I pulled up the filter and I edited the amenities to include pool. And then I hit enter and it pulled up like 10 options. And from there, it was very easy to whittle it down. I only toured this building and then I was like, this is it. I'm paying more to live here, but my MO is just make more money because it's worth it. Come on into the living room. The decorating is still underway, but I'm really happy with what I've got so far. I'm obsessed with this credenza. It's beautiful, and when the light hits it, it actually turns color. I also use it to hold some of my most precious magazines and media pieces, publications that I've been in. So the couch I kind of struggle with because my style started to emerge and it doesn't really go. But I'm working with it, and I will say that it's extremely comfortable. I love to lounge. It's fun to lay here and kick your feet up. My monthly cost, let me break this down. For rent, it is $5,200, and that includes amenities. And amenities are 2 pools, a hot tub, a gym, beautiful common spaces, and a beautiful grill area. There's even a wood tool workshop, which is great because I'm always doing projects. Also, I spend $160 on Rhino, which is a security deposit. I've got YouTube TV, cable. YouTube TV is way better, and that is about $70. For TV and entertainment, I'd say I spend $120 altogether. My internet is about $60. I bought a car during COVID. It was the best decision that I ever made. It just brings me so much happiness. I will do anything to keep that vehicle, and I'm happy to pay the cost of it. It's a luxury that's worth having. It winds up being altogether, I think $6.8K is what I spend to live. Let me walk you over to the kitchen. Can I show you this space? What I love about the kitchen is it's open, plenty of counter space. So here's the dishwasher. It's honestly really tiny. And then here is where you've got the microwave, and here is where I have kind of my dry goods. I do want to eventually put a little 2-person tabletop so that way I can sit down and eat with a friend or a partner. I don't spend a ton of money on restaurants, I don't really do a ton of shopping, but I do love to cook. Last year, I spent $30,000 being single. I've also been living in New York for over a decade, and I'm not sure how much longer I want to live here. And I want to go out on a high note. So while it's expensive for me, it makes me so happy, which makes me more productive at work. I look forward to being a wife. I look forward to being a mom. I love to be around other professionals my age and younger or older. And in the city, you have a lot of transient people. So this just kind of felt right. It felt like home. It made sense. Okay, everybody, that's my home. Thanks for coming to check it out. I hope that I'm inspiring some of you, especially the ladies. I'm excited about my new chapter in Greenpoint, Brooklyn, New York. Heading into this, my one goal is if I can just inspire one person, or if I can make one other person feel seen by relating to this story, then my work here is done.